Welcome to Rye Rush Racing, and welcome to something a little different. Today, I'm at OMA, and this is round 2, the first round for me, first round ever for me, and we're at Memphis, Missouri. And if you want to know more about them, go to unitedoffroadracing.com. Alright, so yeah, we're in Memphis, Missouri, and look at all these people on this row. Anyway, so I'm about, I think 4 or 5 rows back. This is the PM race. The PM race is the A and B riders and the pro guys. And I'm on the last row, in fact. Alright, and we're off. Whoa, got a little bit too much grip there. I had to let go of the throttle so I didn't loop it out. But anyways, fair start considering there are people on the row. So yeah, like I said, this is the first time I have raced the OMA series. It's the first time, let me think about this. I think it may be the first time I've raced north of the Missouri River. So I'm still in Missouri. Only time I've raced outside of Missouri is at Zinc Ranch and at D-Day, Wyandotte for the Off-Road Cup in 2017. So yeah, this is the first time I've raced north of the Missouri River. And one thing that north of the Missouri River, if you're familiar with this area, that's farmland. And like down where I'm from, that's cattle country, right? If you're in agriculture, it means you do hay and you got cows. There's no corn, there's no soybeans, there's none of that stuff. There's too many rocks. Up here, they don't have rocks. They don't even know what rocks are. They know what dirt is. They know what dust is, obviously. But rocks, no idea. They know what roots are, but not rocks. So anyways, I had that in mind when I came up here, and so I had some preconceived notions of what it might be like, and well, one of those is it'd be like smooth, you know, like right here it's relatively smooth. Whoa, not accurate. This stuff still gets rough, let me tell you what. In fact, I had a race this last weekend, and I'd argue that was a smoother course than this was here. And that was up near near Jeff City, not too far, Eugene. So yeah, I've been super swamped lately. This race was on May 19th. Today is June 4th. Usually I try to get the race videos done in like 4 days, and just haven't gotten to it. So what you're getting today is the kind of the quick and dirty version. All right, so the start you guys saw there, I did pretty good. I think I got 4th into the woods. The guy in the lead just disconnected from the rest of us and just took off. Now, you saw at the start that there was just a ton of guys on the row. And every race, every series that there's only 2. Nope, 3, I'm sorry. Every series that I've competed in, there's pros and there's cons. And well, one of the cons, I would say, in this one is that they combined the C vet and the C senior people in your row. That just made the row, I thought a little large. I don't know, I'd say it's closer to 30 riders. And then so going off the line, you don't really know who you're battling and who you're not either. And the other con for this series is they don't have any organized numbering system. I like that. I like looking, if it's a 300 below 50, that's a dude I'm trying to beat. If it's a 300 above 50, I'm not trying to beat him. He started a row behind me. He already caught me, let him by, right? If it's a 200 number, that's the guy from a row ahead of me. Give him a rev, let him know I want a round. But here, it's pretty much as long as you're the first guy to claim that number, no matter what that number is, that's yours. That's your number. So that made things a little frustrating for me, because like this guy here in front of me, he could be in my class, he could be in C senior. I really have no idea, unless I knew who he was, which most of these guys, being, you know, this race 5 hours away, and a lot of these guys are from Iowa. This is co-sanctioned between OMA and the Iowa Enduro Riders Association, IERA. So those are the 2 cons, but there's a lot of positives. One of the things I thought was pretty sweet, I don't know if you saw it at the start there, the presentation. Just like you roll into this place and you're like, oh, sweet. This is cool. They got flags. They have just like a lot of the state flags up. Nice little banner, nice little background, a good little PA system. Enjoyed that. You know, presentation means a lot to to a lot of people. I don't know. It was cool. Now, one thing I liked about this track was the grass tracks. They did a pretty decent job. Oh, except for this little spot up here, man. It about ripped my wrist out. Me here later on. Somewhere around here. Anyways, yeah, it banged me up pretty good later on. I didn't get it. I edited it out, but if I see it, I'll point it out. But yeah, this guy here, no idea what class he's in. Alright, I think it's coming around 5. Yeah. So yeah, got into third. The people that started on my row. That's one thing. Almost had to treat this kind of like an enduro. Just had to use self-motivation to kind of keep my motivation going. And well, that's something I'll get here to pretty shortly. All right, here's that little spot. Bam, right there. That deteriorated fairly decently as the day went on. So prior to this race, I was looking at my exercise log, and it had been about 3 weeks since I did any decent exercising outside of the one race I had, 2 weeks prior. And I think that combined with just something wrong with my gut, I had a good lap and a half today. And then after that, it went downhill fast. I mean, like, real fast. I got really hot. It was a nice day today. I would say it was in the 80s, low 80s. It was a nice day. Cloud coverage came in right before the race, so it was, I mean, really, there was nothing to complain about this course today. I mean, you could say it was a teeny tiny bit dusty, but if you're complaining about dust on these conditions, yeah, you need to check yourself. But yeah. This course was surprising. Once again, it's hard to see it on here. This course was surprisingly rough. I did not expect that. I don't know if I was expecting, like, you know, pavement smooth, but yeah, it was just rough for what it was. I did like how a lot of the corners had, you know, there was a nice little bank so you can kind of lean into and power off of, like these right here. In following laps, I did not do so hot in that little dust, or that it was kind of a loose, you know, just powdery corner. I didn't do so hot. Yeah, I'm pushing hard right now. And let's be honest, later on, I pay significantly for any effort I put in. So yeah, like I mentioned, this is in Memphis, Missouri. It's, I would say, almost, it's like northeast, north central Missouri. You're miles from the Iowa border. And I drove 5 hours to get here. I was really, and actually I stayed overnight, a ton of fun. As always, I always recommend camping if you got the ability and time to. It's just a good way and a great way to meet your fellow racers. Another great way to meet your fellow racers is by subscribing to Why Rush Racing. Yeah, go ahead and just click subscribe. And I try to do, been kind of lacking lately, but of interviewing your fellow racers, among other people, and just bringing you fun and entertaining commentary. So anyways, if you halfway enjoy this stuff or even don't enjoy it at all, go and hit subscribe. And Yeah, well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Back to the race. That little off-camber section there was a little tricky, especially as it kind of got that root there kind of got a little slicker as the day went on. There's a tree right there. But yeah, this guy here, no idea what class. I'm assuming he's in my class, and I think he was. But it's frustrating. This whole day, really, well, you'll see. This whole day was frustrating for me. After lap 1. After lap 1.5, it was frustrating. This was a fast course, though. I don't know what my average speed was, but I got into 4th a whole lot more than I normally do. Yeah, I thought I was on a fast course this past weekend in Eugene for the Missouri Hare Scrambles, and I got into 4th once. In a grass, like fairly long straight grass section. No, twice. Here, routine, I think I even shifted into 5th once. There's one section where it's just straight. You can just go as fast as you are comfortable. So in August, the Cahokia, I'm going to be there as part of the Missouri Hare Scramble series. They are co-sanctioning with the IERA. So looking forward to that. And that was kind of part of my motivation coming up here to Memphis to race is, you know, people will say Cahokia and then the very next few words, oh. That's not cool. All these guys passing me. No idea what class. Oh, frustrating. Anyways. So if they say Cahokia MX, the very next sentence or words even, they'll say, no rocks. So whenever I found about this race, and thank you, Sean, for notifying me and letting me know about it, I was like, you know what? Let's go on up there to Memphis. I don't have a race scheduled for the month of May. Let's see how it is, see how it shakes out to be. Glad I went. Not glad about how I performed. So I'm kind of curious how Cahokia compares to here, because it's not just too awfully far away. But yeah, no rocks. They weren't wrong about that. But likewise, I'm kind of curious how August and no rocks combined. So yeah, it's a pretty nice track, good corners. There's a few of those low branches I'm not being 6'3", and not a huge fan of back there. But I liked it. It was a pretty flowy course. It was, you know, I've said it before, it was rougher than I was expecting. I don't know what I was truly expecting. But when I think dirt, I think grass track, and typically in grass track, it's smooth. Obviously, I shouldn't expect that here in the woods, but it was nice. They did a good job of, you know, not too many, of course they've reused this track in the previous years, but there's not too many grabbers, like the pine trees or whatnot. You know, they trimmed those back, so that's always nice. I ripped a pretty good sleeve this last week into Eugene. Oh, hey-oh. Mystery old man. My next race is going to be the Lead Belt Enduro at Park Hills. Looking forward to that. Be on row 5, but I'll be trying to chase down a very admirable foe in Huck. That kid is, well, we raced the Hardwood Hills Enduro, also part of the Blackjack series, a year ago, and I beat him due to some navigation issues. This time I don't know if I'll be so lucky, but I'll try to chase him down and see if I come out on top. But yeah, enduro mentality right here, since I have no idea who I'm racing. But that's the one thing I like about the enduros, is it's not like a 2-hour race. It's like, I don't know, it could be anywhere from like 20 to 40 minutes. And then you can kind of reset, you know, refocus and re-energize for that next 20 to 40 minute test. And keep on going. Yeah, you can already hear me kind of laboring. And we're only 18 minutes in. Not good. Another one of those low branches. It was one of those, every time we go under those low branches, I'm like, yes, I am glad I have my GoPro under the visor, not on the top. Oh, and I found out a trick I'll share with you guys here. So one thing I do to kind of check to make sure I have my alignment, it's a quick, easy way to know if you have your alignment correct on your camera, is get it where you want it. And I took a razor and I kind of made a line across like the hinge area, right? So if it moves, you can kind of see it. The lines aren't really aligned anymore. It's like 2 dashed lines. So it's easy to readjust and get your camera back at the proper angle. Anyways, life pro tip right there for you. All right, so back there was the scoring. We have like a little bonus lap. I like that. I always enjoy, I think it makes it a lot better for the spectators is when you have your loop kind of not at the end only, but also kind of, if you can kind of make more like a, oh, I call it like a clover leaf almost. Clover leaf would be awesome. Like every quarter of the lap you come by the pits. Makes it, I would think, much more spectator friendly. Well, here it's, I would say 2/3 the way in through the loop. Not that I had anybody here to really spectate. for me, or here to watch me race, but in general, I think it's a good thing. Really, this wasn't all that rough. I think my being incredibly tired made it seem rougher than what it really should have been. Yeah, here we are, coming in fairly soon. So if you've watched this, I did lap 1 all through, and now I'm just gonna hit some little pointers here and there until my abysmal finish. And I should say finish in quotation marks. So yeah, lap 1. And pretty much unlike anybody else in this entire race, this was in fact my slowest lap of the day. Looking through a lot of the results, most people got, you know, their second lap was faster than their first. Me, no. Alright, so, here we are. Oh, and here's the guy to blame for me driving up 5 hours. Thank you, Sean, for actually inviting me. No, I really do appreciate you letting me, he was like, hey, come on up, we got a co-section here at the OMA and the IERA. I was like, that's a pretty sweet idea there, Sean, so I think I will. And I did, and I'm glad I did it. Just really disappointed with how I performed. Anyways, Sean, I'll see you around, and we'll have a rematch. And I think Sean, in fact, well done today. I think he got second. Nope, third for the day. So well done. All right, so here's lap 2 coming in, and just this is kind of the state I'm in here. There goes that guy. There goes that guy. There. Let's adjust my watch. Oh, let's, dilly dally.
Oh, dude.
And I really don't know. At this time, I kind of didn't realize I haven't been keeping my fitness up here during the race. I had some bowel issues as well. I don't know if that was due to my lack of fitness or something else altogether. But pretty much what you're going to see now is kind of a highlight reel of people passing me instead of me passing them. Oh, including Sleepy. Ah. It's like the one guy I know out here. Ah. So these two guys here. So the guy in the yellow and black jersey, that's one of my guys that I love to follow his racing. That's Logan Lowry, racing on the Air Group racing team as part of the Enduro Engineering as well. And he's hitting all of the national enduros this year, and he's just an absolute stud. And well, if I see Logan Lowry at a race, I'm like, oh, Logan, you got a really, really, really good chance of winning this race. Nope, kind of had a little deja vu there, editing error. Oh well. But anyways, so there was that guy in front. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Because there's only a handful of guys that I know that can roll with Logan. And well, so me taking a break. That guy was Cody Barnes. And at the time, I didn't know who Cody Barnes is, but I certainly do now. Mr. Cody Barnes is actually third right now. They have a, I think they started it last year at the GNCC. It's the FMF XC3 125 Pro-Am class. So it's kind of a special class they made. 125cc dirt bikes in, I guess, smaller displacement. But yeah, Cody's a ripper. and Logan's right on his tail. He's like those ticks there on me this last weekend, just not letting go. Okay. And this is where the sad gets the saddest. So I'm lap 3 and I'm like, you know what? I am burning up. I am so hot and exhausted. I don't know what's happening. Oh! And there was a guy I didn't know that was here. Another pro dude, Dylan Voss. So, I'm like, my plan was here to just pull over, cool down.
Shit.
Get upset because brand new pipe. Ugh, so frustrating. Anyways, I ended up saying, screw it, too hot, I feel miserable, I'm just gonna be done. And that is the first time I've ever done that. Not happy with myself, but in retrospect, I made the correct decision because I was just pathetic out there. Anyways, my next race, it is like I said this weekend, it's gonna be the National Enduro, the Lead Belt. I hope to see you there. Bye.